All right, welcome back. We are going to get into congruence, and the section that we're looking at here is under trust and rapport on page 12. By the way, make sure you're doing these journaling exercises as you go along. It's important to help you consolidate the information that you're getting, is to think about it a little bit, write a little something about it, reflect on it a little bit. It's going to help you as you go along. As I said in the beginning, we're going to cover a ton of information, and we have to. It's this is a professionally accredited course, and so we can't just shortcut it. You got to actually learn all this stuff. So take notes as you go along. Do the personal application sections. It'll really help you to remember the things that you're learning and to personalize them into your own language. So this section on trust and rapport here, it is essential. I touched on it in the last video. Your client needs to feel like you're their ally. They need to feel like they can come to you with anything, that you're not going to judge them, and like you're for them and not against them. And so having trust and rapport is very important. A good way to get that is by being congruent. Now, in this course, as you probably know if you've read the syllabus or any of the promotional material, we're going to do a bunch of role plays. Or, sorry, opposite. We're not going to do a bunch of role plays. We're going to, when it comes to time to practice the skills that you're learning in your small groups, which I'll talk about in a little bit, you're going to work on real issues, okay? And part of the reason you're going to do that is you need to know what it's like to be the client, to be the one who's vulnerable, who's open with somebody else, who's building trust with somebody else that they've only just met. You need to know what that feels like, because it'll give you empathy for what your clients are feeling when they first start working with you. But also you need to do that because you want to be as congruent as you possibly can as a human being. Now, what does that mean, being congruent? It means, as one person once said, I can't tell you who, but it's making your insides match your outsides, okay? It's not being fake, not being phony, being real, okay? If you don't know something, say, I don't know. If your client says, you know what I mean, and you don't, say, I don't know, I'm not sure what you mean. Please explain it further. I want to know what you mean. Don't fake it. Don't act like you're an expert on everything. Nobody's an expert on everything. And you don't have to be in order to be a good coach. Part of being a good coach is being your most authentic self. And how do you get to that place? Is you work through your stuff. We've all got stuff, and we've all had things that have hurt us. We've had people let us down. We've let people down and hurt people, and we need to work through that to some kind of a resolution, so that we're as real and authentic as we can be as human beings in our coaching relationships. That's what being congruent is. You're not faking it. And so the more congruent that you are, the more the client will just sense that they can trust you, that there's no hidden agenda with you. You're not being a fake, you're not being a phony. You are really genuinely, authentically there for them. And people can, there's a kind of a gut feeling that people get when they start working with you, that they can trust you because you seem real to them. So, unconditional positive regard, empathy, and congruence. If you do those three things, you're going to build trust and rapport. Your client is going to trust you. You're going to have 50% of what makes for a successful coaching relationship. And also, by the way, I mentioned person-centered coaching, person-centered therapy. This is all those guys do. So if you have a person-centered therapist or a person-centered coach, like all they do is they empathize, they validate, they ask questions, they're for you, and that's all they do. Like, they don't have a whole bunch of tools or anything like that they use. They just let you talk, and they just validate you and support you along the way, and that's great. But you're gonna need a lot more than that in this course, a lot more. But all that to say is, if all you did was this, all you did were these core conditions, you would still really be giving a gift to your clients. I mean, Think about it. When is the last time you sat down for 50 minutes with somebody and they had no agenda and they listened to you and they empathized and they validated and they didn't have some point to prove or they didn't have a dog in the hunt? They just listened to you and supported you. Like, that's pretty rare in this world, unfortunately. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, most of the people we know and interact with, our actions do affect them. We're in personal relationship with them, whether it's your spouse or your child or relative or a friend. Like, the things that you do, the things that you're struggling with, will affect them. And so it makes sense that they would have some kind of a response. So I'm not faulting anyone for that, but I'm just pointing out how rare it is to be able to have a space that's set aside just for you to talk through things in a non-judgmental environment where no one's going to try and fix you or anything like that. It's a pretty good gift to give to your clients and the people that you're helping. So just this is a lot. You're going to get a lot more. And in the next section, we are going to talk a little bit about working inductively with clients and what exactly that means. So I will see you in that session.